Message from Sunnah followers. This is from Sheikh Saleh. We need to unite. Sisters, wear your hijab. Wear your beards. Be proud of your beards. Stay home, stay home, stay in your home. Stand up, unite, and stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's right, Saleh. We all should stand up in solidarity, not transgressing the limits of Allah, but standing together with patience and understanding. This is Sunnah followers.
With dignity, humility, and balance.
If you want to learn about how to balance and maintain your faith every day, you need to be here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, being taught by Laila Nasheeba, streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnah followers. Hope to see you there, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Yusuf and this is Ayub. And if you are benefiting like we are from the classes and the ongoing programming, tuning into the Sunnah followers, please donate. Let this be an ongoing sadaqah jariyah on your behalf. You're helping the kids, the converts, and everyone seeking knowledge. And it's a wealth of information every day you tune in. Don't forget, you are being rewarded for your generous donations to keep this programming on air. You know, just like what you're hearing, put your dollar where the dollar's at. Right here on Sunnah Followers. Don't forget, donate. Right here to Sunnah Followers and dollars Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Listen, we are in dire need of donations to keep these shows running and available for you 24/7. So that means when you're in the car, it's available for you to listen to. Whether you're at work, streaming, playing a game, it's available for you to listen to. Rowing your deen and learning about the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful different topics of Islam. Listen, one of the heaviest deeds that could be placed on your scale on the Day of Judgment is sadaqah jariyah. Yes, I know, I'm trying to build deeds daily. So you can too. So listen, feel free, and please, from the bottom of your heart, donate to this wonderful cause, wonderful website and platform to continually push out shows that will benefit you and the Muslim Ummah. Yes, you can donate by going to the sunnahfollowers.net website, pressing the donate tab. You can also scan the QR code in YouTube on the far left top of our videos that are streaming. Listen guys, this is very important, and take this as important. We want to keep this programming available for you 24/7 so that you have access in your car, anywhere you choose to tune in to this wonderful programming. Yes, guys, it's all at your disposal. So listen, feel free to donate. Once again, remember, sadaqah jariyah, one of the heaviest deeds on your scale on the Day of Judgment. Sunnah Followers presents a new hadith class taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba, Riyadus Salihin, every Monday and Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnah Followers. Assalamu alaikum. Get to know your Lord. First part of the Right Belief series by Dr Karim Abuzaid. This dynamic literary work of art's main goal is to revive an understanding the names and attributes of Allah. And understanding the name and attributes of Allah will elevate our faith, strengthen us, and keep us steadfast. This wonderful book is now available in an audiobook format and can be found free of charge on YouTube, channel Karim Abuzaid. Get to know your Lord. You have nothing to lose. Know who He is, what Know your Lord. We learn about his names and his attributes. Know your Lord. What he approves and disapproves. Know your Lord. Believe in all things that he has brought forth. Know his oneness, Lord.
Know Your Lord, part of the Right Belief series by Sheikh Karim Abuzaid, right here on Sunnah Followers. Being taught by Ustada Laila Nasheeba as she lays down the foundations to get you together. Learn about your Lord. Know your Lord. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnah Followers.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala, wa rasulallah. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Aqeedah class, and this is the class that's based on the book written by Dr. Karim Abuzaid entitled Know Your Lord. And tonight what I'm going to do is give you guys a quiz on the attributes of Allah. Before we move on to the next chapter in the book, I would like to ensure that everyone understands what we discussed concerning the three categories of Allah's attributes. We have put the attributes of Allah into three categories. And since many of you come from Sufi backgrounds, I want to assure that the teachings from Dr. Karim Abuzaid and myself are understood by everyone. So I don't want to move any forward with this class until I understand that I know that everyone here has grasped the basics of the correct Aqeedah or the correct belief system. And I want everyone to remember, in order to enter into paradise, and this is very, very important, in order for any of us to enter into paradise, our belief system must match those original companions. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that our nation, that we would divide up into 73 groups, more groups than even the Christians and the Jews. And all those groups would be in the hellfire except for one. The group that will be the saved set is the group that remains upon the original Islam. And the original Islam is the traditional Islam. And the traditional Islam is what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came with. And that's the Islam that his companions, who were the best of this nation, were upon. And so our belief system must match theirs. It cannot deviate to the right nor deviate to the left from that. So it doesn't matter how many good deeds we did in this world, it doesn't matter what our good deeds were, if our belief system, if our Aqeedah is not correct when we die, nothing else matters. So that's what we have to focus on as Muslims throughout our life journey. We have to assure that our belief system is correct. That's the most important thing. Our prayers, our supplications, our charity, our Hajj, our Ramadan fast, none of that other stuff matters if our belief in Allah is not as those original companions. So let's test it. Let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen. For those of you who are watching me on Beagle, please open up a tab on your cell phone to YouTube. Join my channel Sunnah Followers, so you can see the quiz. I tried to keep the quiz simple to save time, because my quizzes seem to last 2 hours. And I'm hoping that today's don't, because I haven't been feeling too well, and I don't want to be sitting here for too long, because I do have another class. By the way, we have the Riyadh Salihin class tonight at 9:30, and so I don't want to sit here too long. So I tried to keep the quiz simple and quick, So let's see if we can answer these questions and keep it moving so I don't have to sit here for a long time. Yeah, I'm cold. That's one of the signs that I'm sick too. Cold, real cold, cold, cold. My iron is down. So let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen uh, for tonight's lecture. Hold on, let's put it up. Yeah, hold on. Everyone should be able to see. You guys like my quizzes? Oh, really? There, people are typing on here. Oh, my Kiwis in Australia are ready, huh? My Kiwis in Australia, they always do better than everybody else, including my people in my Zoom. I'm so embarrassed with my Zoom people. I just don't know what to say. My best students are my kids, and my kids all grew up. My students grew up, they got lives and families and stuff now, so they're not never here to answer. I'm stuck with the old ladies. The old ladies are sickly, so their brains are kind of fried. But my kids have grown up and got married and got families, so I don't have them here to answer. Norto, the twins are still single, but the twins are working. They're like their teacher. They work third shift. So what do? They sleep during the daytime. And my other baby, Fiza, I don't even know where Fiza is. I think she's overseas visiting her family. I'm going to have to call her. I text her. She didn't answer me. So I think she's traveling, but I'm going to call her again today. Fiza works third shift too, like her teacher. They just like me. Israel's got a family, Famace has a family. Mayleon is working. Yeah, my babies have grown up. Mayleon works. She's here, but she's also logged in at her job. She's a boss. They're boss ladies. Her and Fame. They work from home, but they're logged in with the keypad to their ear, so they can't really participate because they also online working. So I'm like, I got the old ladies. And old ladies all twisted up in their heads. That's my excuse for you Kiwis beating us. All right. Give me a chance. Hold on. I'm trying to get it together. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to start it from the beginning. Yeah, here it is. Can you guys see it better now? Yeah, I try to put it all up on that one page thing. I don't know how other folks, when they do their PowerPoint, they can't do it. So this is going to be the quiz on Allah's attributes that I went over. We went over the 3 categories of Allah's attributes. I'm going to try to make it so I can see everything. Hold on. I learned how to do this. Yeah, I don't have that many people even logged in. See, look. I told you my students grew up. They married and got babies. You know how these Africans get married and make all these babies? That's all I got logged in. That's my excuse. Letting you Australians know. Y'all got what, 200 and something people logged in? I ain't got but this many. I'm letting y'all know now. So y'all are going to beat me. All right. South Africa too. Ooh. You guys couldn't hear me. Can y'all hear me now? Let me say it again. I'm sorry. I forgot I turned the sound off. Can y'all hear me in Zoom before we get started? Can Zoom hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Let me try this again. Might is an attribute of Allah. So, can we say that the following are attributes too? And I'm going to show them one at a time. And I want you guys to tell me why or why not we can or cannot say that it is an attribute. Okay, this will tell me a lot about whether or not you understand the attributes of Allah. Let's start with the first, and I'm going to do them one at a time. What about ferocious? Is this an attribute of Allah? Since might is an attribute of Allah, can we say that ferocious is an attribute of Allah? Yes or no? Is ferocious an attribute of Allah? Yes or no? And by the way, you cannot Google the answer. None of these answers can be Googled, because this is a problem. A lot of Muslims today rely on Sheikh Google. Sheikh Google is not going to teach you Islam. You have to learn Islam from the people of knowledge by studying it. Is ferocious an attribute of Allah? Yes or no? What do you think? Might is. There is no might other than Allah's. So since might is an attribute, can we say that ferocious is an attribute? Yes or no?
I would say no, because ferocious and might do not have the same meaning. It doesn't mean the same thing. Might means something else, and ferocious means something else too. So I would say no, we cannot.
Okay, she says no. What do you? What does everybody else say? Anybody says yes? Does anybody disagree with her? Layla, what do you say? I see your mic is on.
I say no, because it's a negative it's kind of a negative word. It's like it's not like a.
Okay, she says no too. And Sister Fatima's saying the same thing that Layla's trying to say. Ferocious is something she said that's wild and scary. Cece says no, because the word we should use is angry, because Allah does get angry. Okay, but what is the word that Allah is using here? Allah is might. Might is an attribute. Okay, the sisters and the Kiwis, the Australians say no. Or South Africans say no. Everybody is saying no. MashaAllah, all of you got that part right. Okay, now the reason I want to know why. Why is it? Why is it that we cannot use the word ferocious? Can anybody tell me why? Why is it that we cannot say that because Allah has the attribute might? Why come we can't say ferocious? Anybody in my Zoom room can tell me why we can't say that, oh, it's because might is an attribute? Okay, Pamela said because Allah doesn't say he's ferocious. It's just that simple. Allah doesn't say he's ferocious. Okay, if we're going to say that ferocious is an attribute, we have to bring what? We have to bring the verse from the Quran where Allah says he's ferocious. It's just that simple, guys. When it comes to Allah's names and attributes, we can only attribute to him what he says of himself. Unless Allah calls himself ferocious, we can't call him ferocious. It's just that simple. Good job, Sister Samira. Unless Allah says, I am ferocious. We cannot make up names for him. We cannot make up attributes for him. Allah does say that he is might. Allah says there is no might other than his. That's something that he says about himself. He says there is no might other than mine. So he says that. So we accept that and we say that. But does Allah say anything about ferocious? Does he say that I am ferocious? Has anyone ever heard of a verse where Allah calls himself ferocious? Layla, have you ever heard Allah say that?
No.
Have you ever heard the Prophet Muhammad say that Allah says he's ferocious?
No.
So why would you say that? See, we can only refer to Allah as he refers to himself. It's just that easy, guys. It's simple. Remember, we talked about how Allah says of all the things he hates, what is it that he hates the most? He hates for us to say things about him that we don't know. So since Allah has never used the word ferocious about himself, why would we use it? But believe it or not, there are some Muslims out there who say that Allah is ferocious, man. He's ferocious. Astaghfirullah. Why would you say that? Did Allah say he's ferocious? We have to be careful. Good job. What about this? Since might is an attribute, can we also say that Allah has strength? Can we say that? What about this? Allah has might. Can we say that Allah has strength? What about that? Yeah, the brother here, Brother Amir said, Google don't help with none of this, Sister Layla. That's right. This is the problem. Muslims today are learning Islam from off of Google. And Google can't help you with real Islam, can it? You can't learn Islam from Google. You have to learn the traditional way. Y'all see how Allah has protected Islam. You have to learn by sitting with the teachers, the real people who know Islam. This is Aqeedah. You have to learn Aqeedah from the people of knowledge. You're not going to learn this stuff unless you sit with the people of knowledge. Exactly, because Allah doesn't mention anything about strength. Allah doesn't mention anything about strength either, does he? He doesn't mention anything about strength. He says he has might. He says he has might, but he doesn't mention anything about strength. Exactly. So we can only say about Allah the things that he says about himself. We can't make it up. We can't make up things about Allah. He doesn't mention his strength. He mentions his might. There is no power. There is no might other than his. That's what he says. He says there is no power. There is no might. He doesn't say there is no fierceness. He doesn't say there is no strength. He says there is no power. There is no might. Okay. What about this? Can we say that tough is an attribute of Allah? Tough, is tough an attribute of Allah? Is that one of Allah's attributes? Tough. Allah is tough. Is that an attribute? What do y'all think?
No, because Allah doesn't say he's tough. No.
Exactly. See, now it becomes easy. Once you get past the first one, then the rest becomes easy. Have you ever heard Allah refer to himself in the Quran as being tough? Does Allah say anywhere, I am tough? He doesn't say, I am ferocious. Nor does he say, I have strength. Nor does he say, I am tough. He doesn't talk like that about himself. He doesn't speak like that about himself. That's how a man talks like that. That's how people speak. That's not how Allah speaks of himself. Okay, that's how you don't know that the Quran was not written. The Quran is not written by a man. The Quran is the words of Allah. It's not the creation of man. It's the words of Allah. That's how people talk. People speak like that. I'm ferocious. I'm tough. I got strength. That's how man speaks. That's the way an arrogant man would speak. I'm tough. I got strength. I'm ferocious. That's not how the Lord speaks of himself. The Lord is more eloquent than that. He doesn't refer to himself as being tough. He doesn't refer to himself as having strength. He doesn't refer to himself as being ferocious. What about this? Is robust. Is robust an attribute of Allah? What do y'all think of that? Is that an attribute?
No, because Allah doesn't say he's robust.
Yeah.
Exactly. He doesn't refer to himself as being robust either. See how easy it gets. Allah doesn't mention himself as being robust. Have you ever read a verse? I am robust. Allah is robust. No, that's not how Allah mentions himself. No, he doesn't speak of himself as being robust. Man talks like that, but not Allah. Allah doesn't speak of himself in terms of being robust, ferocious, strength, tough. What about manly? Does Allah speak of himself as being manly? Is that an attribute?
No, it is not.
No, it's not. What about power? Is power an attribute of Allah?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yes, it is. Now I got
Yes.
you. All of you got that wrong on YouTube. Power is an attribute of Allah. Power is an attribute of Allah. Good job. Power is. Good job, Cece. Good job, Sakina. Power is. That is an attribute of Allah. Allah says there is no power. There is no might other than his. Power is. Now, when you look at the names, the word ferocious, the word strength, the word tough, the word robust, the word manly, the word power, what do they have in common with the word might? Can anybody tell me? What do all 6 of those words have in common with the word might? And this is the mistake that English speaking people make when it comes to the attributes of Allah, which is why a lot of English speaking people belong to the Murji'a sects, the Sufi sects, and they struggle with understanding the attributes of Allah. And I hope Dr. Karim Abuzaid is listening to me. This is why most American Muslims are Sufis. This is why most American Muslims have a hard time understanding the names and attributes because they equate it with the English language. They don't understand Arabic, and Arabic is impossible for them to understand because it's a hard language for them because it's nothing like English, and they're too old to understand it. They don't live in an Arabic speaking country. All right. And today, even the Arabs don't speak Fusha. And you know that. English is the language of the world. What does the word ferocious, strength, tough, robust, manly, and power all have in common with the word might? Can anyone tell me? What does it
I would
have?
say action.
No,
no,
they're not actions. What does the word ferocious, strength, tough, manly, robust, and power all have in common. I want y'all to think about English classes y'all take when y'all are in elementary, junior high, and high school. What do those words all have in common with the word might? What do you learn in English? They are all what? They're all what in regards to the word?
Synonym.
Say it again.
Synonym.
They are all synonyms. They're all synonyms of the word might. They all are the same words. They're all synonyms. Thank you. I got teachers here. Good job, Sister Sakina. They are synonyms. You can use any of these words to mean the same thing. That's why we have mostly Sufis in America. I don't have to use the word might. I can use ferocious to mean the same thing as might. They're synonyms. These are all words that can be used to mean the same thing. That's why America, or even in the UK, even in Australia, the Kiwis got it right too. Even in South America and the UK, these are English synonyms. They can all be used irrespectively of each other to mean the same thing. I can say robust in place of power. I can say tough in place of ferocious. I can say manly in tough of strength. I can say any of these words to replace each other. When you're writing a story, writing a book, your teacher will tell you in English class, don't keep using the same word over and over and over. You take out your dictionary and look for a synonym and replace that word with a synonym. A synonym is a word that means the same thing. So you don't keep using the word strength over and over. Don't you learn that in English class? I'm a teacher. I teach English when I want to substitute. Sister Sakina's a teacher. Don't you tell your students that, Sakina. You tell them, stop you when you're writing an essay. Don't use the same word over and over. Look up a synonym for the word might. You can replace might with ferocious. You can replace might with strength. You can replace strength with manly. Yes, see, we're teachers. Latifah's a teacher. Don't we teach our kids that? These are synonyms. And that's why, as a Sufi, you would fall in that category. You would say, well, if might is an attribute, so is ferocious, so is robust, so is manly, but they're not. The principle is different in Islam. In Islam, we do not ascribe a synonym. Dr. Karim, pay attention. Pay attention to your big sister, Dr. Karim. Put this in your book, your new edition. But English-speaking people do not use the rule of synonyms when it comes to Allah's attributes. Do not replace an attribute with an English synonym. Okay? We only use the attribute that Allah gives us. Everybody understand? That's how we mess up for the English-speaking world. Everybody got that? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Did I make that clear? Sakina, you're a teacher. Did I make that clear? You think they understand that when I break that down on them like that? Yeah, so don't do that. Don't say because ferocious is a synonym of might or robust is a synonym of might, that we can say that these are also attributes. They're not. We only give Allah the names that we only use the names Allah has given of himself. Everybody understand that? Is that clear? I need some feedback. Zoom room.
Yes, that's very clear. That makes a lot of sense now.
Okay, because a lot of you would do that because it's a synonym. Yes, don't use synonyms. All right, next question. True or false? Even Allah has life that will eventually come to an end. Is that statement true or false? Even Allah has life that will eventually come to an end. True or false?
False. False.
Good job.
Allah has no beginning or no end.
Good job. This is false. Allah has no beginning and Allah has no end. I want y'all to remember that, because there are some people who believe that Allah does have a beginning and an end. This is not true. He has no beginning. He has no end. Good job. Everyone got that right? Yes, that's right. Good job. What about this? True or false? Even Allah sometimes forgets. True or false?
False. False.
False. Good job. Allah never forgets. Now, these two questions fall in the category of what? Likening Allah to what? These two.
His creation.
Good job. Those two questions fall in the category of likening Allah to his creation. And this is something that we never do. We never liken Allah to his creation. Allah is nothing like his creation. We can never liken Allah to his creation. Does everybody understand that? Never. Good job, everybody. Everybody got that right. Yeah, good job. You never liken Allah to his creation. He's nothing like his creation. He's the creator, nothing like the creation. Don't ever liken him to the creation. Okay, what about this? How many names does Allah have? 99, 100, or the number is unknown? Which answer is correct?
The number is unknown.
What did the rest of you think?
It's 99, but then he starts all over. You know, we don't know all the names.
What do you mean he starts all over?
Well, we got 99 names. When I said the number is unknown, 99 is what he gives us. But there could be others that we don't know of. I mean, that's what I always was taught. If I'm wrong, correct me.
Okay, what's the other answers you guys got here? Okay, Samira said the number is unknown. Okay, everybody said the number is unknown. Good job. The correct answer is the number is unknown. Good job. The number is unknown. How many names does Allah have? The correct answer is the number is unknown. He does not have 99 names. He has, the number is unknown. Only Allah knows how many names he has. Exactly. You know, there's only, what does 99 represent? There's only 99 names that we know of. There's only 99 names that he's told us of. He's only revealed 99 to us. That's it. I don't know what she meant by the name start over. I don't know what that means. But there's only 99 names that we know of. Okay, he's only told us 99 of his names. That's it. Yeah. But they don't start over. Nothing starts over. Okay. But we only know of 99 names. He has more than that. Yeah. Everybody got that? Yeah. Good job. Okay. What about this? True or false? Each name of Allah is also an attribute. Is that statement true or false? Each name of Allah is also an attribute. Is that statement true or false? Very important question. So let me see where everybody is. True or false? Each name of Allah is also an attribute. True or false? My Zoom room, I need to hear your answers. Everybody's answering my Zoom room. What do y'all think?
False. It's false.
Okay, Anissa said false. What about the rest of people in my Zoom room? Let me start at the top. Awa, true or false? Each name of Allah is also an attribute. Say what?
Can you hear me?
Say what? Okay, Awa said false. Anissa said false. Layla, true or false? Each name of Allah is also an attribute. Layla.
Each name of Allah. Okay, I'm thinking about this. Each name of Allah is also an attribute.
It's false.
You said false?
Umi Barrel.
Umi Barrel said false. Fame, each name of Allah is also an attribute. She might be working. Mayliun, are you working? Each name of Allah is also an attribute. They working. Is Isra here? Isra, each name of Allah is also an attribute. True or false? Isra. Is Isra here? Okay, nobody got this answer right. I am shocked like crazy. Murjia. I keep telling y'all come from Murjia backgrounds. And I stress this over and over and over and over and over again. Israel probably would have gotten it right. Pfizer would have gotten it right. Fame would have gotten it right. Mayliun would have gotten it right, but they working. This is true, guys. This is what I tried to emphasize with you guys. This is what the Sufis don't understand. Every name of Allah is also an attribute. For example, Allah is the all-seeing. Allah, Layla, is, and I thought you would have gotten it right. Well, you didn't give an answer yet, Layla.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I think you would have given the right answer had you thought longer. If I had have given an example, you would have gotten it right. Allah is the all-seeing. Allah is the all-knowing. Allah is the most merciful. Remember, I taught you guys all of Allah's names are attributes. Because he is the all-seeing, he sees everything. Because he is the all-knowing, he knows everything. Because he is the giver, the one who gives, it gives, you know, his names are attributes. Exactly. Cece got it right. We can take attributes from the names, but we cannot make up names, which is the second question. We cannot make up names from the attributes. Exactly, Cece. Remember that? We can take his names. We can derive attributes from the names, but we cannot take his attributes and make up a name. For example, we cannot say because Allah is the best of plotters, we cannot call him the plotter. Remember that, Layla, that talk? When I did that, because we can't call Allah the deceiver. We cannot call Allah the ferocious, the fiercer. But every name of Allah is an attribute. But we cannot make the attributes a name unless Allah has given himself such a name. For example, the might. Allah is the most mighty, or what? He may have a name for that. Unless Allah has given himself a name from an attribute, we can't make up a name. But every name is different. Okay?
Okay.
Y'all got to remember that. And that's something that the Sufis struggle with. The Sufis will sit there and make up a name from his attributes. We can't do that. Okay? But you can make up an attribute from the name, but you cannot make up a name from an attribute.
Okay.
Okay.
Write that down. You can make up, just write it like this. An attribute can be derived from a name. In fact, every name, it has an attribute. But you cannot derive a name from an attribute. Ever. You can't make up a name from an attribute.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Okay. You can. Okay, let me go back. Every name. Okay. You can take attributes from the names, but you cannot make up a name from an attribute. That's where the Sufis lose it.
So when they tell me to pray, when I make dua and say, for example, I'm gonna try to lose of an. I'm gonna use an attribute that I can. Most generous, Kareem, El Kareem. So I'll call on Allah with El Kareem. Allah, you are the most generous. You provide for your servant. Please, Allah, provide for me and provide substance for me and my family. I'm pulling from the name from Allah.
That's fine. That's a name.
Okay. So I'm just making sure I'm pulling from that name.
Yeah, that's not
an asking from that name.
Yeah, that name. That's
the
legal.
Specific thing that I want from him.
Right. That's legal. That's the name. But some people do it. They will make up a name from an attribute. That's that's fine. That's a name. You're doing that the right way. That's the name. That's the way you're supposed to do it, the way you just did it. But some people will make up a name from an attribute. Oh, the deceiver of all. Oh, Allah, you are the deceiver of all. He's not the deceiver. What do you mean, the deceiver? That ain't no name of Allah. Why are you calling upon the deceiver? Astaghfirullah, that ain't the name of Allah. Might be a name of Shaitan, but that ain't the name of Allah. You calling on Shaitan, bro. You think you calling on Allah, you calling on Shaitan. Some people be praying to Shaitan and don't even know it. The plotter, Shaitan is the plotter. That ain't Allah. See how a lot of people think they praying to Allah and they praying as a Shaitan. The best of plotters, that's Shaitan. You know. Okay, look at the next question. Now, gets sticky. Which of the following are attributes that describe Allah's actions? This is another Sufi test. Which of the following are attributes that describe Allah's actions? His coming. Does that describe Allah's actions? His coming. This should be easy for you. All of you. His coming. Is that an action that describe Allah's actions? It's easy. Come on, y'all. Coming. Is that action? That's in English, you should know that. Is that an action verb?
That's action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and what does the coming refer to?
Allah comes down the third of before Fajr every morning. He says he does. Comes down to the seventh sky, the lowest sky, which is us.
Okay, is there another coming? Is there another coming? Come on, every Muslim should know Allah's coming. When is Allah's coming?
The day of judgment.
Good job. The day of judgment. The day of judgment. The day of judgment. The day of judgment. That's the coming. His coming. Exactly. He'll come with all the angels. All the angels. Good job. His descent. What's his descent? What's his descent? I think this is probably what the Anisa is talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his descent?
He descends to the lowest heaven.
This is what Anisa is talking about.
Yeah.
He descends to the lowest heaven. He descends to the lowest heaven. When? When does he descend, guys? Right. During the last third of the night.
Yeah.
During the last third of the night. Every night during the last third, he descends. So does that describe Allah's action? Is that describe is that an attribute?
Yeah.
Yes, that's an attribute that describes his actions. What about this? His will. Is that an attribute that describes Allah's action?
Yes.
Yes.
People on Facebook and YouTube. Is his will? Does his will describe his action? Is that an attribute that describes Allah's action for the people on YouTube and Facebook? His will. What does his will refer to, too? Does his will refer to a last will and testament? What does his will refer to? Samira said no, that it doesn't refer to. She said it's not an attribute describing his actions. Who can tell me? And Pamela said yes. What does his will refer to, guys? Somebody said, is that his last will and testament?
It describes his attribute. I mean, it's which are attributes that describes Allah.
Yeah, it describes his actions, but what is his will referred to? When we talk about Allah's will, this person wants to know, what is it referred to? A testament? What is Allah's will? My Zoom room, y'all don't know what Allah's will is? What is Allah's will?
I know it in Arabic is like the qadr of Allah. It's the,
well, what does qadr mean in English?
Decree. What did he decree?
Okay, good. The will refers to Allah's decree. What does decree mean in English? Come on, you speak English. You don't speak Arabic. What does decree mean? Come on, my Zoom room. Y'all got to explain. Cece's on the ball.
Like in the after, like what will happen to us.
Okay, decree means everything that's going to happen, good and bad in this world. Y'all got to learn how to talk. Cece's on the ball. So when we talk about Allah's will means everything that's going to happen, good and bad in this world. Everything that happens to us is already written in a book that Allah keeps underneath his throne. So that's his will. Everything that happens in the world, whether it's going to rain, whether it's going to be a war, who's going to be born, who's going to die, you know, Allah decreed what's going to happen before he even created you and me. He has knowledge of everything, even when a leaf flies from a tree. Y'all have to be able to explain stuff like that because we got some new shahadas here. Okay. So yes, that's part of Allah's attributes and actions. Actions, meaning what's going to happen. That's an action. What's going to happen today? What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen next year, 10 years from now, 1,000 years from now? The past, the present, the future, those are actions. Yes, you understand now, sister? Yes, you got it. Yeah, now she knows. Huh?
Can the word destiny be used in that place, like what he destined? Like destiny?
Yeah, but you need to explain what that means. People don't understand what destined means. I want you to break it down in English. You speak English. Break down what those words. Will is simple. She thought will meant a testimony, your last will and testament. That's why I asked y'all, what does will mean? She thought it meant that somebody dying and they giving their last will and testament. I needed somebody to explain what it meant. Like I'm just doing, like I'm explaining. It means what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, the future. Instead of y'all explaining, somebody went, I can tell you in Arabic when you don't even speak Arabic. Tell her what it means. She thought it meant somebody dying. Just explain it.
So when I hear the qadr of Allah, I knew there was the qadr, but it's the
just tell her. Yeah, Allah, what's going to happen? Cece,
what is decreed.
Yeah, Cece was explaining it. Good job, Cece. She said thank you. She just didn't know. She's a new shahada. Y'all remember we got 260 new shahadas in the Reddit group. I got 200 and something in Australia, and I got 200 in South Africa. They laughing. And I don't even pay this program here any attention, but I got a bunch of people sitting on that other program. Yeah. But mashallah, his coming and his descent and his will, these are all attributes that describe Allah's actions. What about this? His hand, his knowledge. Is that an attribute that describe Allah's actions? Yeah, not dying. Sister Despin said not dying. Exactly. Allah doesn't die. Like Sister Despin said, Allah is forever, everlasting. What about his knowledge? They said they love my quizzes because so much comes out. Exactly. What about Allah's knowledge? Is Allah's knowledge an attribute that describes his actions?
Yes, because his knowledge is everywhere. We see it everywhere in his creation and ourselves.
Okay, Anissa said that his knowledge is an attribute that describes his actions. Does everybody agree with Anissa? Good job, Australia. Good job, South Africa. What about my Zoom room? Everybody's agreeing with Anissa in my Zoom room? What about his knowledge? Is that an action?
I would say no, is not his action.
Good job, AY. Okay, what is knowledge? Knowledge is not an attribute. It's not an attribute at all. What is knowledge? Say it again. Your English. Say it again, AY.
His essence.
His essence. Yes, exactly. Good job. Oh, you, at least I was gonna be embarrassed again. Good job, AY and the Kiwis in Australia. It's knowledge is not an attribute of action. It's not an, excuse me, yeah. It's an attribute, but not an attribute of action. Good job. It's essence or self. Good job. Essence or self. Exactly, Pamela. It's essence or self. It's a thing that Allah has. It's called essence or self. Good job, Cece. Good job. Anissa, you got that wrong. Let's go to the next one. Here it is. Which are attributes? Which are the following things? Tell me which of the following things are attributes that describe Allah's self. His knowledge, is that an attribute of Allah's self? Of course, we gave the answer for that. Yes. This is an attribute that describes Allah's self. In other words, it tells us about him, his person, his self, him, his self. Knowledge is not an action, Anissa. You should have known that. How is knowledge an essence? It's not an action. Knowledge is not an action, Anissa. Okay, what about this? Hearing. Is hearing an attribute of the self? What do you think, Anissa?
Yes.
Anissa, is hearing?
I'm not gonna answer.
No, I want you to. Do what I want you, because this is easy. You ain't been that far out of school to know the difference between an action and an adverb and a noun.
No.
You can't figure out that? Is hearing an action?
No.
Action means you moving. Action means you running, jumping, moving. Is hearing moving?
No.
So what is it? It's self. It's attached to you. So it's not an action. Okay. It's self. It's part of me. If it's not movement, then it's part of me, Anissa. If I'm not moving, if it doesn't entail me moving to do it, then that means it's part of me. I don't have to move to think. I don't have to move to hear. So that means it's part of me. Now you see the difference, Anissa? And I'm helping everybody else understand the difference between action and part of yourself. To act out means to move to make it happen. I don't have to snap my finger to make it happen. I can just sit here and make it happen. Y'all see the difference? That's for everybody, not just Anissa.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
You get it? I can just think it. That's me. I can hear it. That's me. What about this? His hands. Is this action?
It's a part of him.
It's a part of you. Right. Anissa, do you get it? Anissa, am I making sense? Anissa, am I making sense?
So, no.
You still don't get it? It's a part of me. I don't have to move it. I don't have to snap my fingers to make it exist. It's a part of me.
So what does that mean?
It's part of me. That's what self means. Part of me.
Okay, but which are attributes that describe
Allah's self? What are the attributes that describe being a part of Allah, being Allah? In other words, if I was to make that simpler English, what are attributes that describe Allah himself? His knowledge, that's himself.
His hearing and his hands.
And his hands, that's himself.
Okay, I see.
Whereas might and the other stuff, you just snap. He snapped his fingers to make it exist or something. What about this? His eyes.
Yeah.
Does that describe him, or does that something else? See, now is it making sense, guys? Is it making sense?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it more simpler. It's part of the self. You get it, Despin? Not just you, Lisa, but Despin, you see? So my knowledge, my hearing, my hands, my eyes are all part of me. Well, with Allah, his hearing, his knowledge, his hands, his eyes are part of him. Those are attributes that describe him, Allah, his essence, him. Whereas the other things we talked about, let me see if I can take it back. Let me go ahead, hold on. Where is that thing on there? Where the other things, his coming, that's not a part of him. You see what I'm saying? His coming, his descent. These things are not a part of him. They're actions that he do. These are things he do. He will come. He descends. His will. He wills things to be. He comes. He goes up. He goes down. He wills things to be. These are things that he do. In other words, the actions are the things that he does. You understand, Despin? Yeah, these are the things that he does. He goes up. He comes down. He goes up. He comes down, and he decrees things to happen. Those are things that he does. So the actions are the things he do. Action means things that I do. Things that Allah does in this case. These are the things that Allah does. He comes, he goes up, he goes down, he makes it happen. These are the actions he does. Okay? Whereas these things here are him, himself. These are the things that make up him. His knowledge, his hearing, his hands, his eyes are him. You guys get it? Does it make sense now, Anissa?
Yes.
So I wasn't embarrassing you. I'm teaching y'all. I'm teaching y'all.
Yes.
And not just you, but other sisters here too.
Yes.
So now that's it. It's just stuff that you would learn in school. You know, it's just regular stuff. I'm trying to make it simple. Yeah. All right. So now, what about this? But this is what we have to remember. This is the mistake that we don't want to make when it comes to Allah and him, his eyes, his hands and man's. Are they like man's? What about this? Allah's hands and eyes are like man's, true or false? This is the mistake we don't want to make. Allah's hands and man's are like, our eyes are like man's, true or false?
That's false.
False. Don't make the mistake of trying to say that Allah's hands and eyes are like ours. They are nothing like ours. Even though Allah has a face, Allah has eyes, Allah has hands, Allah has and all of that. He has a self like you and me. Allah has a self like you and me. Don't think that it's like you and me, because it's not. He doesn't have eyes like yours and mine. His hands are not like yours and mine. His ears are not like yours and mine. Y'all get it? So even though Allah has a self, it's not like yours and mine. Don't think that his hands, his face, his eyes are like yours and mine, because they're not. Just don't make that mistake. Y'all understand? So that's the difference. His attributes, his hands, his eyes, his face, his ears. He has a self, but they're nothing like ours. They're nothing like his creation. Don't make that mistake. Then this is the last question. What about this? True or false? Man was created in the image of Allah. Is this statement true or false?
That is false.
Good
Allah
job.
created man as he wanted us to be, not in his image,
Good.
as he wanted us to be.
And don't
Yes.
make this mistake either. We don't look nothing like Allah either. Just like Allah is nothing like us, we are nothing like him. So Allah's self, his essence, is nothing like ours, and our essence is nothing like his. Y'all understand that? Our hands, our face, our eyes, our ears are nothing like his either. Just like the way we stand, we rise, we come is nothing like him. Y'all understand that? The way we go up and down and move is nothing like how he moves either. Y'all understand that? So that basically is the quiz. And you guys did basically good. You just messed up on one part, but I think I explained it better to you now. I think if I were to ask you that question again, you'd all get it right. So any questions? Y'all understand now? Just remember, Allah's names can be our attributes, but you can never make an attribute a name. You cannot sit there and make an attribute a name unless Allah has given himself a name from an attribute. Y'all understand that? That's the only thing that we have to remember. And remember, when it comes to Allah's actions, those are the things that Allah does. All right? And when it comes to himself, these are the things that he's told us about himself, about what he has of himself, his eyes, his hands, you know, and all that. This is how he describes himself to us. In other words, it's how he describes himself to us. All right. Okay, any questions about the quiz? You guys did pretty good. I'm kind of proud of all of y'all. Any questions? Tomorrow for this class, what we're going to do is go to the next chapter. We're going to talk about some of the simple questions that people ask about Allah's attributes and names and how to answer them. That's what we're going to go over. Oh, not tomorrow. It'll be the next day. Yeah, the next class. The next class we're going to go over some of the questions. Is that verb being? What verb being?
I got one more question for the attribute. So one of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attribute is the healer. So I can't say, Allah, you're my doctor.
No, don't give a no. Don't
I just keep it. You are my healer. You are my.
Whatever Allah calls himself is what you call it. Yeah, you don't make up stuff. You know that Allah.
Right.
Does. Yeah. What verb beam? What's the verb beam, Sister Pamela? I don't know what verb. Yeah, and also, guys, please support us. We always need your donations for this website. If you guys enjoy learning this religion the correct way with the understanding of the companions, please support this dawah. We need your dawah, your money to help support us. Also, please go to, we're having a webinar, or a closed webinar on February 7th that will be hosted by Dr. Ali Shahada. Please go to and buy your tickets online. I need to start putting that on the thing. The tickets are just $10. It's going to be a 6-hour a conference on February 7th on parenting. Go to my website at sunafollowers.net. Click on the tab that says webinar, and you can buy your tickets online. There's only 100 tickets. Please get your tickets before they sell out. The tickets are only $10. Sister Amatullah, nothing's gonna make Allah answer your dua. Only Allah can answer your dua. I don't care, you know, if you're committing sins, Allah is not gonna answer your dua. The only way that you can be guaranteed that your dua is answered is just by making sure that you're doing your praying your prayers, you're practicing your religion the way you're supposed to, that you're not committing sin. If you're disobeying Allah, He's not going to answer your dua. I can tell you that. So I don't know. Only person that can answer that question for you is Allah. Okay? Only you know what you're doing and how you're living your life. If you want your supplications answered, you have to make sure that you're practicing your religion to the best of your ability and you're not committing sins. If you sisters are committing sins, Allah ain't answering nothing from you. That's all I can tell you. So, you know, all of us make dua with the hope that Allah will answer. Whether He answers, that's between you and Him. I can't tell you if Allah is going to answer. There's no guarantee of anything. You know, all that lies in the hands of Allah, Sister Amina. You know that. Can't nobody tell you that Allah is going to answer your dua. So just do what the Prophet tells you to do and just have hope. Just have hope that Allah answers your supplication. That's all I can tell you. Okay. Just make dua like the rest of us and hope that He answers. That's it. Without hope, ain't nothing gonna happen. But anyway, please, guys, donate to support this website. Get your tickets online for the webinar with Dr. Ali. That's going to be on the 7th. And also, please check out the shorts that I'm putting out. Go to the YouTube channel, click on shorts, share those shorts with everyone. And I'll be back in an hour and a half. We got the Riyadh Salihin class at 9:30. So I'll be back at 9:30, inshallah, with that class. Okay. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum. Please donate to support us, inshallah.